Hi beautiful people! Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Joy. Before I give you my intro to this project, let me greet you all a happy, blessed, and prosperous 2025. This project, the Years of Usage Eyeshadow Project Pan, is created by Sarah Catherine, and she started this way back in 2021, and I joined her when she worked on this project. So I've been working on this for 4 years, and this will be my 5th year. The goal of this project is to use the eyeshadows in the project the number of times based on the year you are working on the project. So say for example, back in 2021, the goal is 21 uses. In 2022, 22 uses, and so on and so forth. I have worked on 15 eyeshadow palettes in this project. And this pile that you're seeing are the eyeshadow palettes I worked on, except for one eyeshadow palette which is not in here. It's a magnetic palette that contains 6 single eyeshadows. I didn't put it in here anymore because some of the eyeshadows there, the single eyeshadows, are no longer in my inventory. Now, most of the eyeshadows in here I hit gold on as part of the Years of Usage Eyeshadow Project Pan. There's one eyeshadow palette that I hit gold on, but it was not because it was part of the project, because I pulled it out, and it is this Smashbox eyeshadow palette. I actually worked on this back in 2021, and then I took it out of the project because I was already getting overwhelmed with so many eyeshadows to work on back in 2021. But I managed to hit 22 uses on most of the eyeshadows in here when I started working on this again, I think in 2022. Not part of the 2022 Years of Usage Eyeshadow Project Pan, but I did reach 22 uses on all of the eyeshadows, and for some eyeshadows, more than 22. And then there's another eyeshadow palette which I did not hit gold on, and it is this Dreamland You Can Be Dreamland eyeshadow palette. For this one, the most number of uses, there's one eyeshadow here I know I hit gold on, and it is the shade Supreme. This one. I did hit gold on this one, but for all of the eyeshadows in here, the most number of uses is 13 at least. So for all of the eyeshadows in here, apart from this one, I actually hit gold on the number of uses required when I was working on the eyeshadow palette that year. And some of the eyeshadows in here, or the eyeshadow palettes, I carried it over to the next year because I didn't reach the goal. So like for 2023 and 2024, the eyeshadow palettes I worked on are the same eyeshadow palettes. Now, because I wanted to have a rounded number, I decided to bring in another palette which has 5 eyeshadows in there, because the total number of eyeshadows right now on these 14 eyeshadow palettes is 195, and I want to make it 200. So I decided to add this Decalu Mini Sunset palette. When I got this eyeshadow palette, I actually just added it in to have a free shipping on a purchase I made, not realizing that this is duping at a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. And I have just swatched this. I haven't really worked on this yet, so we'll see how that would look or what I would feel while using this one. So there are 200 eyeshadows in here, and the total number of eyeshadow palettes is 15. Because I already have a good head start on all of these eyeshadows, I just need to work on the eyeshadows in this project a little over 779. a little over because some of the eyeshadows here, I've already used them 25 times at least. So for those eyeshadows that I already use 25 times at least, I'm going to use them at least once to now say that I worked on 200 eyeshadows in 2025. Let me just share with you what the eyeshadow palettes in the project. So I'll start with this one. So this will be basically what we will say a 2025 eyeshadow palette that I will be working on because I didn't work on this in the previous years of usage eyeshadow project pan. There are 5 eyeshadows here, and the starting number for all of the eyeshadows here is 0. Now for Smashbox, this is a 2021 eyeshadow palette. A 2021 years of usage eyeshadow palette that I work on. But I hit goal on 22 uses at least for this palette. And this is what it looks like. There are 8 eyeshadows in here. Initially, I didn't really like working on this one. So apart from there are less eyeshadows in here, I didn't really enjoy it. But eventually, I did enjoy when I was working on this in another project. Another 8 eyeshadows palette is this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea eyeshadow palette. There are 8 eyeshadows in here as well, and it was also part of the 2021 Years of Usage eyeshadow project pan. Still, part of the 2021 Years of Usage eyeshadow project pan is this Wet n Wild Color Icon Comfort Zone. Also 8 eyeshadows. Winky Locks. I also work on this back in 2021, and there are 9 eyeshadows. This Colourpop from Through My Eyes, a collaboration with I Love Sarah E. There are 16 eyeshadows in here. The Pure Soiree Diaries, this one, there are 12 eyeshadows in here. I enjoyed working on this eyeshadow palette. There was a point in time I've been thinking of doing a Pandat palette for this one because I know I'll be reaching for it because I love the eyeshadows there. And then still, back in 2021, I worked on this I Heart Revolution Lemon Drizzle. And for this one, there are 18 eyeshadows. And then lastly, the eyeshadow palette that I worked on in 2021 is this You Can Be Belonging eyeshadow palette. For this one, I actually did not hit goal on all of the eyeshadows back in 2021. So this was carried over to 2022. And this one, there are 21 eyeshadows. Then in 2021, apart from the You Can Be Belonging eyeshadow palette, I have the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani eyeshadow palette. And this one, there are 15 eyeshadows. And then we have here this Dreamland You Can Be eyeshadow palette. And this is the one that I didn't hit goal on the eyeshadows. So I will need to work on more on this eyeshadow, the eyeshadows in this palette. Except for Supreme, I actually did not reach 22 uses on the rest of the eyeshadows in here. And this is quite very pink, reddish eyeshadow. All of the shades here has a reddish or pinkish tone, except of course for Supreme. even these shades, they're not really pure brown shade. Now, the succeeding 4 eyeshadows that I'll be showing you, I worked on in 2023 and 2024, and I managed to hit goal on the eyeshadows in here. So it's a combination of 23 uses and 24 uses. This eyeshadow palette, the eyeshadow in here, the last one I hit goal on is Punk, and I actually enjoyed working on this when towards the end. Initially, I was thinking I would definitely have a hard time working on the eyeshadows in here, and may not even hit 24 uses for that one, but I managed to hit goal on that one. The other eyeshadow here that I enjoyed is Rebel. So it's a gold shade. It's very pigmented. Then we have Trench Coat Showroom. This one has 15 eyeshadows in here. Another eyeshadow palette that I didn't really enjoy. I have a hard time making the look I'm trying to do look good on me. So that's the reason why I did not enjoy working on that. And then we have here this Beauty Glaze Perfect Neutral. And that's what this eyeshadow palette looks like. There are 14 eyeshadows in here. And the last one is another Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette, and it's a collaboration with SoftX. And for this, there are 24 eyeshadows. So among the eyeshadow palettes I'm working on, this has the most number of eyeshadows, followed by the You Can Be Belonging eyeshadow palette. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the goal for this project is for me to use the eyeshadows to get to 25 uses on the eyeshadows. I'm planning to give a monthly update. I hope I manage to do that. I would probably not be able to use all of the eyeshadows here in a month. There would be some eyeshadows that I'll hit the target sooner because I already got to 24 uses. And there are some eyeshadows that would take me some time because I am at 21 uses, or because I haven't reached the minimum, I would say. Let me use the 21 as the minimum because I didn't hit goal on those eyeshadows while still in the project. So this is my intro for the Years of Usage eyeshadow project plan. Again, let me wish you a happy new year. Your subscription and your likes is a huge support. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!